You ever hear that Bill Gates hires people that are lazy because they'll be able to find the best, fastest way, or the least effort way to do things? I don't know if that's true or not, but I remember hearing that when I was younger, and it spoke to me. I am like the laziest person ever. I will do everything in my power to like make things just happen as easy as possible. So with that in mind, applying it to Pokemon, I'm going to teach you how you can get shiny Pokemon while being lazy. There's going to be a few things I talk about in this video. One of those things, of course, is a turbo controller. More on that soon. You don't need that for everything here, of course. You don't need a turbo controller at all. You literally can just play the game. But yeah, this is going to be the most mindless way to get shiny Pokemon, and just some of the cool ones that you can go for. And you can apply this to other things. This is not limited, but there's a lot of really cool hunts here that I think is worth mentioning. Another thing that's worth getting your hands on is a hair tie or an elastic band, because you can use that to force your joystick down or up depending on where you are and what you're doing. But yeah, if you're anything like me, I'm a busy guy, but I also want a shiny hunt. So it's quite nice to AFK hunt and then come back and you have a few shiny Pokemon waiting for you. I don't think that this was the intended effect that Pokemon had in mind, but it's what we have. The last thing I want to mention that's worth mentioning is Cerebi has a interactive map, and on that interactive map he has cataloged every single bench. All you have to do is click on the bench, and now you can see every single bench on the map. This will help you if you want to AFK bench. I've already made a video about AFK benching. There's going to be a few of those here, but let's talk about distance. So this is something that I didn't really understand, but if you put down your marker, say I want a shiny hunt Pichu is about here. If you want to go in there and get it exactly right, by all means, but Pichu, I'm trying to get it right on Pichu. Yeah, it's about there. That's about right. Pokemon spawn at 50 meters and they despawn at 70. You can AFK bench anything that you're within 50 meters of, because you're refreshing the spawn. So as long as you're within 50 meters, which as you can see, I'm 32 meters away from that Pichu. If I want to go for shiny Pichu, which you might be wondering, why would you go for shiny Pichu? I mean, if you're doing like a shiny living dex, you gotta get Pichu. And I'm pretty sure this is like the only spawn that Pichu is at. So, you can get shiny Pikachu all you want. It doesn't matter if you don't have shiny Pichu. If you're going for the living dex, of course. I just realized how evil it is. They put Dratini right there. What the hell, dude? Anyway, so yeah, if you need a reminder, if we wanted to bench this Pichu right here, we just have our turbo controller, which you can buy yourself a turbo controller from FunLab and use code HOOD. Get 10% off. I'll leave a link in the description. Shout out to FunLab. Actually, genuinely really nice controllers. I like the weight of them. I think a lot of third-party controllers don't really have a nice weight to them. These have a really nice weight to them. Anyways, yeah, you just turbo controller the A button, which you do by pressing turbo in the back, A, turbo in the back, A. You do that twice, and it will just be rapid fire pressing A. So now, if you just press down infinitely, you'll obviously be talking to the bench over and over again, killing some time, and it'll just refresh your spawns. This is a nice, it's slow, but it's a nice AFK hunt. The way I see it is, I play Pokemon Go, and I have a Pokemon Go Plus, and my Pokemon Go Plus will catch Pokemon for me automatically. And you may be like, well, but you might miss out on a shiny, but it's like, well, if I'm not going to play the game anyway, because I'm driving or something, for example, then I'm going to miss shinies anyway. So I may as well have a bench running in the background while I work, and just every now and then peek over, oh, have I got a shiny yet? Let's have a look, take a 5-minute break, let me see if I've got a shiny. It's good for that. It's good. I don't leave it running all night because I don't want my Switch 2 to melt, so be careful. I don't want my Switch 2 to melt. Be very careful. Another concern I actually saw people talking about when it comes to just holding your joystick down. You can hold your joystick down, or you can get a rubber band. In the way I set it up for this controller specifically, because this is the controller I'm recommending, I may as well show it off. I have it pulled down. I'll put it on screen in a second. I have it pulled down like this, and it's kind of like lodged into the D-pad. And yeah, that's kind of how I've got it running. Yeah, people were concerned as well, like, oh, is this worth Joy-Con drift or whatever? I've definitely had my controller's calibration be a little messed up, but I just went in to recalibrate it, and it's been fine since. Obviously, if that's a concern, don't do this. But yeah. That's obviously, we've already talked about this, that's benching. But it's good to know that if you're 50 meters away within a bench, you will be getting yourself shiny checks for that Pokemon and any Pokemon that's around you. So it's worth even just running around, you know, seeing if there's any Pokemon on roofs or anything of the sort. Shiny Froakie. I actually got myself a shiny Froakie last night. I'll be honest, I got quite lucky. All right, chat, one more reset for the road. One more reset for the road. You can look now. I'm using a turbo controller because I'm evil. Oh my god, it's shiny. It's just that easy. It's actually a pretty hard hunt because there's no benches nearby to hunt Froakie. So the most optimal way to hunt Froakie is just to continuously teleport over and over again. Now it's a little annoying because you can't just open up your menu and press A. You gotta move your joystick up and then press A. However, I, among many other people, found a lazy way to do it. Usually when you teleport to a zone, I'm pretty sure this is exclusively with this zone, you're quite far away. But because zone 5, the entrance to it is like right next to zone 16, you are wedged there to the point where you can just hit enter as soon as you teleport there. So if you have the turbo controller going, every time you just press plus, it will immediately it will take you in, and then all you have to do is press plus. And this is how I got my shiny Froakie last night. It took me about 4 hours or so to get the shiny Froakie. I think like I said, I got very lucky. But this is definitely the most brain dead way to do it. You don't have to think, you just press plus every now and then. Every couple seconds, you just press plus. I ended up just sitting there for an hour, and I was like, I'm not going to peek for an hour. And then when I turned around, I had like a shiny Phalanx, shiny Flaffy, shiny Ampharos, shiny Froakie, I think a shiny Electric, and a shiny Pidgeotto, which, yeah, this area is actually within range of this over here. So I got shiny Pidgeotto, shiny Electric up there, and also shiny Bellsprouts over here. Like, this is a really good brain dead shiny hunting spot for sure. I also got shiny Barbaracle at some point. There's all really good shiny Pokemon you can get from just this area alone. It's worth it. All you're doing is pressing plus. It's not truly AFK, but it's a mindless shiny hunt, which I like. I like mindless. Now, after I got my Froakie last night, I accidentally discovered another shiny hunt you can do. Mindless AFK, kind of. You have to be a little bit more careful with this one. I think you do have to pay a little bit of attention. But basically, you're going to be doing Goomy, and Goomy, you need it to rain. So you want to min-max as many encounters of Goomy as you can, because rain isn't guaranteed. Right now, it's foggy for me. Another pro tip, every Pokemon Center has a bench. So if you ever need a quick bench, just go to a Pokemon Center, and they'll have it at either side. So the tech here is, if you want to make it rain, just bench. Just sleep on the bench and make the daytime change. And because it doesn't always immediately start raining when you load in, definitely pause and just look at this little icon and see if it's raining. It's not raining, it's sunny. Okay, we're benching again. Just checking. Nope, it's just cloudy today. And it's raining. I actually got that really fast, I'm not gonna lie. Usually it doesn't rain that fast. But anyways, once it's raining in your game, you're going to want to go ahead and go to Lumia Sewers. The good thing is it's a new day, and obviously the daytime is going to go down. So this is what I mean. The rain is only here for a certain period of time. I think it can just go away during the day. I don't think it's there for the full day. So this is why you got to kind of pay some semblance of attention. But you can AFK Goomy. So Goomy spawns right there. All you have to do, it's the same as going up and down in Wild Zone 3, except you're just going to be applying a rubber band and a turbo controller. You just have it go, like, press A and down, and that's it. You just AFK Goomy like that. Obviously, you got it to be raining because Goomy doesn't show unless it's raining. But yeah, I think the Goomy would I don't know because I've not tested it myself, but I think the Goomy will despawn or not spawn anymore if it stops raining. So if you were to get a shiny and then it started raining, I think that it would just leave. But now I don't know if it starts raining again, if the Goomy will come back. I have to do some testing, and I don't want to lose a shiny Goomy. I love Goomy. I want to go for an alpha Goomy because Goomy is a Pokemon that clearly spawns a lot as an alpha. But yeah, this is a good way to shiny hunt Goomy. Maybe I'm just not locked into the shiny hunting content, but I think this is I don't know if this has been talked about much. It probably, you know what, it probably has, and I'm probably just behind, but I want to show my community some really cool shiny hunts, and I think this is a really, really cool one to go for, especially if you get the shiny alpha Goomy. I did this, and I managed to get it on my first night, because you're doing this, the night does go down a lot slower, so I think you could probably leave your Switch for like an hour or so, and then maybe come back, and maybe it should still be raining, and maybe it should still be nighttime. I think when it, started going, oh, dawn is approaching, is when the rain went away from me. But I'm not 100% sure how the rain mechanics work. That's why I said this one's it's not truly AFK, but it is a pretty mindless hunt. You just kind of have to, you can honestly just sit here with your turbo controller just pressing down as well. Yeah, discovered that one by accident. Thought that was a really cool hunt. Now, the reason I actually spawned this idea for this video to begin with was after playing online ranked, I was like, man, Gyarados is really fun. I want to use an alpha Gyarados online, but I want my one to be shiny because I've yet to see a shiny alpha Gyarados online. Is there a way I can easily shiny hunt for alpha Gyarados? The answer is yes. Hello, Starmie. It's a little bit of a trickier hunt because it only spawns during the day, but it's a twofer. You can get shiny alpha Gyarados, you can get shiny alpha Starmie. Just by benching right here. Just bench like we always do. Pull the hair tie, turbo button, and you're benching. I ended up getting my shiny alpha Magikarp pretty fast, actually. And I also got another, at nighttime, I got a regular shiny Magikarp in the water. It's another one of those, just check how far away the Pokemon is. It's like right there. Yeah, it's within 50 meters. 50 meters is really not that big of a distance, to be honest. So like, there's a lot of benches that like just don't make it. Like I was, before I knew about the 50-meter rule, I was trying to bench for Froakie, while using the bench in Wild Zone 5, but it just wasn't close enough to Froakie, unfortunately, so I wasn't able to get it. I was only getting Alpha Ampharos' shiny, which is still a nice shiny to get, to be honest, but now I'm sure you guys already know about it. Another use of the turbo controller, of course, is the fossil hunts. You can buy fossils from the Stone Emporium, and I just have them revive. If they're not shiny, reset your game. Buy a bunch of them. Austin John kind of already cracked the code. I think he said if you buy like 45 fossils and have them revive, it takes like 10 minutes to revive them. And then set a timer for 10 minutes, check, no shiny, cool, reset. So 45 encounters every 10 minutes. Unfortunately, they're not affected by Shiny Charm, but I think that's pretty cool, to be honest. I kind of like that they're not affected by Shiny Charm. As much as I love being lazy and getting easy shiny Pokemon, I especially love that there are some still difficult hunts in here. Like, for example, with Froakie, I did get him pretty fast, but I went through so many other shinies. I got Babaracle, like I said. I got like 3 Phalanx. I got 2 Electrics. I got Pidgeotto. I got multiple Flaffies, 3 Flaffies, Alpha Ampharos, 2 Bellsprouts, a Venipede. Like, I got so many shinies before I got my target. And I think I got lucky, all things considered. I got pretty lucky. I feel like it goes without saying, Area 3, you can easily AFK hunt Pokemon in there. But unfortunately, I don't think you quite reach Pikachu, which with the DLC coming out for, Pokemon Legends EA, you probably want a shiny Pikachu. And if you want to min-max how many Pikachus you're getting rather than just going for the one Pichu, you can just bench here. I got shiny Pikachu relatively fast just by benching. I just benched this bench right here. I think I also got shiny Flabebe as well because of it. And obviously there's Esper within range too. Because yeah, the Pikachus over here, they're just out of range. If we drop like a pin down here and then we come over here for where the Litleo is, like, yeah, you're just out of range. Like, Pikachus are not going to spawn in from here, unfortunately. Even upstairs. It's even farther away from upstairs, actually. 61. They're just not going to spawn in. So if you want to go for Pikachu for the DLC, you gotta bench him, unfortunately. Or you can just shiny hunt him like a normal person and run around. Or you can just, teleport here over and over and over again. But yeah, another thing that's cool to know, like I said, use Cerebee's website. Great resource. It's worth just turning on where all the wild zones are and where all the benches are, because you will discover they're easy to miss. There are benches right next to Alpha Houndoom. So you can easily shiny hunt Alpha Houndoom just by AFK benching. Just like leave and AFK bench the Alpha Houndoom. You can also get Meditite that way. I think that's actually how I got my shiny Meditite. Unfortunately, it does not reach down here to the Babaracles. I did check. It doesn't, unfortunately. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool spots you can AFK bench in this game. You just got to remember the 50-meter rule. So as long as you're within 50 meters, will it bench? It will bench. I will say, I did AFK bench myself a shiny Dratini, and it would probably be worth trying to go for a shiny Alpha Dratini, because Alpha Dragonite's amazing. It was in Rouge Sector 8, which I think is up here somewhere, yeah. Oh, it's close to where I am already. Yeah, I got Rouge Sector 8 over here. I did bench this Dratini overnight, because I wasn't really going to get a full night's sleep. It was just a couple hours. I also got like shiny Ekans and shiny Ghastly in the crossfire of going for it. This one's a little bit more annoying to get up to. You have to do some parkour. Okay, this is where I got the shiny Ekans and stuff like that. They were down here. But yeah, if you come through here, this is how you get up to the roof, basically. I don't know if you heard that, but that was a Dratini. It can also sometimes be a Dragonair. But yeah, you will see Dratini somewhere. Where is she? She's like, oh, hold on. Yeah, she's right there. You don't want to be here. Dratini's very skittish, so try and not scare her. But if you want to come over here, which you can do easily by not doing that. All right, you're going to want to come the long way, all right? And walk over this. Basically, you can bench Dratini just right here. Do your thing. You do the rubber band, turbo controller A. You'll be benching Dratini, and eventually one will sparkle. Eventually. And remember to save your game a million times because Dratini is skittish as hell. And yeah, you can also get obviously shinies down there. You can get Arbok, Ghastly, Ekans, you can get Haunter here. I think I also got like a Pan Sage maybe over here within range of it. I can't quite remember. I've gotten a few Pan Sages just from the, yeah, like this guy over here. I think he was in range. I'm not 100% sure though. Maybe that was a separate encounter. But yeah, that you can shiny hunt Dratini right here. Another Pokemon I've been going for but not getting super successful with is shiny Skarmory. Now, he is in Wild Zone 17, of course, which is a death trap. Everybody knows it. But you can quite easily hunt for him just by benching up here. I have gotten a lot of Pyroars this way, but Skarmory spawns like daily here. You just bench and Skarmory will fly past you every day. I do not concern myself with the lions because I don't care. They can yell at me all they want, but I'm just gonna bench away anyway. Yeah, there's Skarmory lifting off. Bye-bye. I think with him, he has to be in specific weather conditions. I think if like there's a specific, like there's a different weather condition, he just doesn't spawn maybe. Skarmory's a bit of a pain to hunt, but Skarmory's really good online right now. So definitely worth going for, in my humble opinion. Yeah, see, there he is. Up he goes. You will see that every day. And eventually, one of them should be shiny, theoretically. This is probably the safest way to hunt for Skarmory without getting mauled by a lion. I think there's also an alpha Mawile on the roof. I think you're within range of it. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, see, it's foggy right now. So I think because it's not sunny weather, the Skarmory's not spawning. So if you ever see there's a time where there's no Skarmory, it's probably because the weather isn't in your favor. Skarmory just likes normal weather. He's particular like that, I think. It's cloudy, so Skarmory said, nah, I'm not showing up today. Nah, because it's normal, he's there. Yeah. And yeah, you seem to be within range of like shiny Mawile, or well, just alpha Mawile. Obviously be careful. These guys are menaces, man. Dude, Jesus Christ. I've gotten so many shiny Pyroars from doing this. Obviously there's Lampin up here. There's Klefki, there's Mawile. And I'm dead. There's some really cool shinies up here that you can potentially get. I think you should be within range of them. I don't know, roof shinies are a bit weird. I've gotten so many shinies from roofs just from being on the floor. So like, and vice versa. So like, you should be able to get those shiny. Haven't tested, can't confirm or deny. Another favorite hunt of mine is this area 20. It's kind of like a gamble. So obviously you can sit here and you can AFK bench for the water starters. I actually got my shiny for alligator this way, and I didn't realize how lucky I was until like oh wow, there's other water starters spawning here, and I just so happened to get the one that I wanted like really fast. Wow. And I didn't even have the shiny charm when I got it either, so I was very lucky with that. There's also benches over here. I think the benches over here give you the best chances of getting shiny alpha in the middle, which there's a specific amount of Pokemon that can be shiny, or that can spawn in the middle there. Very specific Pokemon can spawn here. Get 60 something Pokemon that can spawn in the middle here, and they're random every single time. And if you just bench here, you know, there's Raichu in the middle there. That could have been a shiny alpha Raichu. I think that one was maybe a little bit too out of my range. No, maybe not. It's kind of hard to tell. And when there's like when the travel point's right there, it's kind of hard to get a marker down. This is a nice place to bench though, because you can get shiny Scrafty this way. One of my favorite hunts was my shiny Salamence. It's an alpha shiny Salamence. If you just come over here to Wild Zone 18, this is a really good area because it gets like a good cluster of Pokemon. Like you can get Fennekin here. I got shiny Fennekin. That's probably the one people are mostly going to want to go for here, to be honest. I got it by accident. I was mostly going for Beldum. I was mostly going for Bagon. Ended up getting Alpha Salamence, Alpha Altaria, 2 Bagons, and a Fennekin in about 90 minutes. Hey, yo, get back in there. Yeah, you want to climb this structure just outside of the 18th Wild Zone. And yeah, if you AFK hunt here, just this bench right here, it puts you in range of a Fennekin over there. which, you know, it does spawn. Even if it's, you know, not visually there, you don't have to get up there, and then you can just AFK it. Trust me, I AFK'd it. You can hit Salamence down there, and also the Bagons that are down there, and also the Swablu's and the Altarias here. Very, very good bench to AFK on. There's a lot of really cool lazy hunts you can do. Like I said, I'm really glad that there are still going to be difficult hunts to go for. Like, for example, I don't think there's a lazy way to go for Chespin, really. I think Chespin's just out of range. But the last one I want to actually fully understand myself is Lysander's Labs. When it comes to Beldum and Metang, they're a bit finicky. Yeah, so these guys are weird. I think you basically have to come in here, make sure that they spawn. Then apparently you teleport back to the Lysander Labs entrance. So obviously get any heat that's on you off of you. Guys, I don't want to fight, okay? I just want to teleport back to the entrance, please. There's no way you guys are still on me. This is like GTA, bro. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? More? He's here. I'm going to teleport back to the Lysander Labs entrance. And then, whoa, who's shiny? Someone's shiny. Oh my God, dude, that's so cool. That's so cool. I accidentally found a shiny while recording. That is awesome. Hey, buddy. I'm going to set this up again. I wanted to save. That's all I wanted to do. The shinies that you randomly find always feel the best. Anyways, we're going to fight this guy. It's a very fair fight. Cool. You're mine. Oh. And that's why we save our game. Now, I have to remember to... Yep. See, the odds of it staying are really high. It's like above 80%, so I just got unlucky there. Thank you. Bold nature indeed. I kind of want to train you up. You seem cool. Anyways, for Beldum, you want to make your way to Beldum any way that you possibly can. You can do it this way that I took. These guys are going to get aggro on you though, which is really annoying. You know, I'm just going to kill them. I'm just going to kill these guys. So come in here and make sure they physically spawn, okay? They're here, okay? Then you're going to teleport back to the Lysander Labs entrance. And the trick is you want to teleport basically between these two rooms right here. And to do that, we come around, dun, 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 all the way down here. Oh my God, bro. It's this room right here. Well, yeah, there you go. You don't want to start doing this until you hear Beldum's cry. You only have to hear it once. That was Manectric. That was like Arbok. I don't think that counts as Beldum's. But basically, you wait until you hear, I think that is Beldum's little cry that he's making. It's not what he usually sounds like to me, but... And then, yeah, you can just turbo controller. I'm not touching it. Just turbo controller back and forth. You can get shiny Houndoom from that. And you can also get shiny Beldum. I haven't got one yet, and I want one for ranked online. So I'm going to AFK this, and I'll come back with the results.